Good morning, everybody. It's Amanda Eis. I reside in Grootbroek in the Garden Route in South Africa. And this is a Saturday morning, 11 o'clock. And look at all the people who are really eager to hear what we are here to share with you today. So thank you and welcome to everybody. And I want to say thank you to Alex, who's presenting with us, and Jasmeen, because of you being here. Basically, most other people are here as well. So welcome to all the guests and everybody that's here today. So I'm going to tell you my story quickly. I heard about this a year ago, the patches, and I thought this is a lot of nonsense. I looked at it and I thought I couldn't believe that anybody would put a patch in their body and believe that it will take away your pain or do anything. So I was interested, sort of, but not really. And then in March, I got COVID and I got very, very sick. And after 4 weeks, I was so sick that I still couldn't get in front of my computer or on my desk, couldn't get out of bed. And I worked for myself and I couldn't earn an income. And after 4 weeks, if I tried to put on makeup, I was out of breath. And I said to my husband, let's just get out of the house it's 4 weeks and let's just walk a little bit. And after 150 meters, my heart wanted to jump out of my chest. And that was a very scary place to be because you have to earn your own income, but you can't even walk 150 meters. And you don't know what damage you're going to do to your body if you keep on trying to work and if you can't. And my sister by then had started with the patches, got great results. But I was still very, very negative, but she was desperate for me to get better, gave me some patches, and I put the patch on the Saturday morning, put it on the back of my neck here, and almost immediately I fell asleep for about 2 hours. When I woke up there was nothing wrong with me, like nothing. But I didn't believe it because it didn't make sense. So I just kept on walking slowly, doing everything slowly, but I was doing well. And 2 days later, I thought, let me just check and see what will happen if I try and walk again. And I knew 150 meters was my limit, but we live on a farm where it's very mountainous. And I walked 1.5 kilos that day. I couldn't believe it. And 4 days later, when I looked on my watch, I had already walked 9,000 steps. And since then, I've had amazing, wonderful results, patching other people. It's changed my life completely. And when we're in the testimonies time, I will tell you another exciting story that I told everybody that they've got to wait for the story. But we're going to first start with the presentation. So next I'm going to ask Alex to tell us why she got involved and what her results are. And then we're going to give it over to Jasmeen to tell us more. But first, Alex, please tell us your background and your story, please.
Okay, everybody, I'm Alex, which you by now know. And so for those of you who don't know me, I'm a nurse by training officially. I've run my own businesses and done all sorts of things in my life and career. And I've always been involved in wellness in some way, shape, or form. So it took me 8 months to even vaguely get interested in patches. I was nagged and nagged and nagged and nagged, and it just sounded like garbage to me, so I wasn't going there. I then got involved because a friend's brother got dementia at 66. And the family was devastated and were interested in trying anything. So they came to me because I'm the left of center girl and said, please, won't you look at this? Because you look at stuff that's unusual. So that's where it all started. And it took me 3 months to look at clinical trials, the business, the company. I spent a lot of time and a lot of energy. And at the end of that, I had to concede that the product is what it is and does what it says it will do, and that's been clinically proven. And that the company's been around for 20 years and is highly credible, financially solvent, with a fantastic track record in terms of integrity and ethics. And so being faced with all of that, really would have been stupid to cut off my nose to spite my face because I was a skeptic. And so that's essentially how I got involved.
Your results, Alex, what happened with you?
Oh, do you want me to do those now? Okay.
Yes, please.
So I had polymyalgia, which is many inflamed muscles, which is an systemic inflammatory disease, which is autoimmune. So really stiff behind my knees, behind my neck, my hips. Battle to move, maintained with anti-inflammatories, cortisone, all sorts of treatments and therapies and physios and chiropractors and fascial release therapists but always in a state of inflammation. Had to manage my exercise really carefully, and I'm a bit exercise obsessed, so that was a huge challenge for me. And then once I started to patch, because I understood the physiological mechanism behind which what the patch did, I patched for 10 months. And in that 10 months, I was sore some days. I was really tired other days. There was no consistency or pattern to it. The only thing I could say is that if I didn't drink enough water, I would provoke a bad day for myself, or a not so good day for myself. But in amongst there, I had fantastic days. And I woke up after 10 months pain-free. And that has changed my entire life. So I will never stop patching, because I'm simply not going there. As a chronic pain sufferer, it has changed everything I do, the way I think, what I'm able to do. It has changed absolutely everything. I just want to give you, just interestingly enough, a context on chronic pain. If you get given this much energy a day and you are suffering from chronic pain, this much gets used managing the pain. And that's what you have left to relate to your family, relate to your children, buy your car license, go to the shops. You're kind of running on empty all the time because you're trying to live a normal life with an abnormal deficit. Okay, I'm done. And my hair came back and my fine lines got lost and all that kind of thing, which is why I didn't take it for that. But it was a wonderful thing to have happen because I'm now almost 66. And I don't even get these little black dots across my eyes anymore when I put mascara on because my lids have lifted. So it's been quite a journey.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Alex. And I'm going to ask Jasmeen now to unmute. And please tell us, why did you get involved and why did you invite these people here today? And yeah, just share a little bit quickly about your journey and why we are here today.
Okay, so I am an optometrist. I practice optometry for over 20 years. But in 2019, I closed my practice. I actually sold my practice to follow my heart and my calling. And I'm now an energy healer and a life coach. So that has been my journey. So how I got introduced to Lifewave was through Trish. She sent me an invite very similar to the Zoom invite. I just get this message on my WhatsApp. You need to join this. It's for health and to build, if you need extra money. And I thought, where did Trish get involved in such a thing? Because Trish is somebody that does life insurance. She's very practical. She's very pragmatic. I thought there's another scam. So I didn't join the meeting. And later on, I apologized to Trish and she said to me, you know what? I'll send you the recording. So I just appeased her and I said, okay, ignored it until a Saturday when I was really bored. And I said, let me see what Trish has got into. I'm sure it's a scam, so I can advise her out of it. So 5 minutes in, and I know Alex was also presenting that day, and my hair just stood up. I was in such shock because with the services that I provide, I basically align people's energy. At the end of the day, I try to guide them in their life. But the one thing that was missing was healing the physical body. People coming to me with knee aches and pains, chronic diseases in the body. So this was like, this is it. This is the missing factor, for my practice as such. But just like Alex, I just didn't believe. I did a lot of research on the product, on the company. Trish knows. And at the time, I irritated Roseanne. I called her every day to ask her questions, and she was so patient with me. So ultimately, on the 1st of August, I started patching, but I didn't just start patching. I was divinely guided to patch. I was going to start just with one X39, 1 month. But basically, I had to go in and go in big. I had to get the gold, and that is now called the advanced, I think. So I got the gold patches and started patching. So I didn't do it alone. There's my brand partners that are also on this call. Shame, I convinced them as well because we just needed to see if it works. I didn't have much problems, not much chronic pains or anything like that. But I started using it. And I promise you, my hair had been falling before that. So I've been using a lot of products, paying a lot of money. Within 3 months, my hair stopped falling completely. I had eczema on my neck and my face. I used to cover it a lot with foundation. Within that same 2 to 3 months, it started calming, and now it's 90% clear. With eczema, you know, you get the skin pigmentation gone. I sleep like a baby. I didn't have a problem sleeping to begin with, but now if I put my head on the pillow, I wake up in the morning. Those loot trips are gone. Even if I have tea or I drink water, I don't wake up at night. I wake up in the morning. The other thing I noticed, I had a very, my right knee is always used to get stiff if I sit for too long. I injured it years ago. Gone. So I'm sitting here and I just feel awesome. And I felt it's so important to let everybody know. It's not just the skin clearing up, it's the skin tone as well. Your body tone, your muscles start feeling better. And I'm only plus minus 5 months in. So that is the main reason. I'm so grateful and happy for Trish for forcing me in a way, because I really thought she was into some scam. And at the end of the day, you know, I'm just grateful to be part of Lifewave. That's why I've been sharing this on my platforms. I think people need to know they don't have to suffer with chronic diseases. They don't have to be living off heavy medication now. And prevention, this is prevention, is better than cure. So I'm just grateful to be here right now.
Fantastic.
And that's my
Thank you so
story.
much. I'm really excited. Just hearing your story, I get excited. Thank you so much. So we're going to quickly jump in. I'm going to start the screen sharing, and then Alex is going to tell us what's been happening to these people that told you all these stories, what's actually been happening and why. Let's just start the screen. Almost there. Oh dear, what happened? The more nervous you get, the less you get going. So just be patient. Tap it. Give me a second.
We have a pharmacy in Maritzburg that's got a big sign on the wall that says, "We locals, please don't rush us."
Yes, well, I don't know what's going on now. I'm going to try and just stop the sharing. Maybe in the meantime, somebody else, Karen, can you maybe tell us what's been happening to you in the last 4 weeks since you started? While I do the screen sharing, then it takes the pressure off me.
No problem. Hi, everyone. So I was introduced to patches with my chiropractor. So I know her for ages, more than 12 years. And the whole year I'm gymming and all of that. I was thinking, I don't have any issues, but I always remember that she said, come back and just align yourself. So yeah, which I didn't, because I didn't have any issues. So why must I go? But in the back of my head, I still think I have to go. A week just before I go on to leave, I hurt my back. I was forced to go. Made appointment. She saw me. When I saw her the first time, I was like, Dr. Kathy, what did you do? She said I've started patching, because she was really glowing. Her eyes, everything. And if I didn't saw that, because I know her for more than 12 years, if I didn't saw that, I wouldn't believe it. And then I carried on. She said, okay, I'm going to sell you a week's patches. She gave me a week's patches. The next morning I started patching. That night I was sleeping. The next morning I felt so refreshed. Because end of last year I was super tired. I don't know how I'm going to go back 2025 and start working. Complete. So I was like, no, this is not working. It's just all in the head. I was waiting, patching the whole week. I was patching. So I phoned her. First she said to me, you can do it as a business. I said, I don't want, just want to be a user. That 16th of December, made my signing up, put my order through, sending us the stuff, getting it, taking it to the free state where my mom stays. So I was there for the 2 weeks for holiday. I felt so good. I just couldn't keep quiet about it. And I started patching my mom. She was like, what you putting on me? I said, just wait and see. She's struggling with arthritis. 2 days in, she said to me, she was shaking her shoulders. She said, oh, I'm feeling so good. I don't have any pain. So then I realized it's working. I didn't tell her anything what to expect. She told me about the sleeping. And every time when we're going to the shop, she's always having this handful of painkillers, drinking it because of the back and everything. One day I was testing it. Go, nothing. She drank nothing. And she came back operating busy. So then I saw it's working.
Fantastic. Corin, I'm going to stop it so that we can just quickly do the rest, and then later on you can just complete that last part, okay, if you don't mind.
No problem.
Thank you so much. Okay, so just unmute. Okay, let's go. Okay. One. Gosh, today. Okay, there we go.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. Lifewave's phototherapy patches use light that can promote a general state of health and healthy activity unique to each Lifewave patch. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared energy emitted from the body is reflected back into the body and then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy. Lifewave phototherapy patches promote an environment that enables the body to optimize its restorative energy and enhances your ability to live well without the use of harmful drugs or chemicals. To find out more, contact your distributor. Lifewave. Live long, live well.
Thanks, Alex.
Right, everybody. So we always ask at this point, have you been patched yet? Some of us have for a long time. Some of us have for a very short time, and some of you never have been, because that's why you're on this call. So this is probably the most exciting thing you're going to have heard for a while, because it really is interesting and not heard of before. Let's go to the next slide. So just a disclaimer, Lifewave is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. So Lifewave. David Schmidt, our CEO and inventor of X39, has over 180 patents, is a scientist and inventor, specializing in age reversal. And in 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research. The recent patent took 10 years and $4.5 million to bring to market. Patented technology. All the clinical studies to support the patent can be found on thisisit.info.com. And at this stage, it's important to, patents are not an easy thing to acquire. For a start, you have to have unique scientific information, which you have proven to be accurate, correct, and measurable. And secondly, patents are awarded for 20 years. We are, at this stage, still have 15 years remaining of the patent on X39, which is 100% unique. There is nothing else like it, and it cannot be copied. So we have lots of products. We have 10 sleeves all in all, but today we're actually going to focus on the flagship, which is X39. Why are stem cells important? They are able to make more cells like themselves. So that is that they self-renew. They can become other cells that do different things. These are called pluripotent stem cells, and it's known as a process of differentiation. And then they are needed for the maintenance of tissue as well as for the repair after injury. So as we age, this becomes more important. The fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. Everybody on this call will have noticed this either in themselves or in people directly related to them. Hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging worldwide. Because we are keeping people alive, we are not improving people's quality of life in terms of disease management. At age 30, only half your stem cells are active. Think about that, guys. 30 is really early on to have lost 50% of the stuff that can repair you and keep you young. At age 60, you lose almost all your stem cell activity. How X39 works. It's a proprietary form of phototherapy. Phototherapy has been around for about 3,500 years. It was first developed by the Egyptians, or understood correctly by the Egyptians. That is light therapy, essentially. That's what phototherapy stands for. And we, as human beings, as you saw in the front, emit low-level infrared light. So does every living thing. Animals, plants, everything emits light. We absorb light and we emit light. This is patented nanocrystal technology. So a nanocrystal is a tiny, minute, atomic-sized crystal. And the crystals inside the patch are a lattice work of oxygen, water, sugar, salt, and proprietary amino acids. The light and the heat reflected from your body is what activates the central aspect of the patch. So that's how the patch is activated, from the phototherapy that your body is emitting. It's important to know that the patch is non-transdermal, no drugs, chemical or stimulants, and non-invasive. So essentially the patch contains nothing other than a mechanism to send a message. So it's like our bodies make vitamin D directly from the sun, because the sun interacts with the melanin in our skin. The sun does not give us vitamin D. It stimulates a biochemical process. The patch works on the same principle, was that it stimulates a biochemical process that facilitates biochemical change. So, benefits of X39. I often say at this point that this looks like a shopping list for a happy life. Okay, if you look at this, these are all the things that start to fade as you age. Ask me from the lofty perch of 66. 65. I'm not going to call myself 66 until I am. So these are all the things that start to fade. So if you start to get them back, increase strength. You can open the jar that you couldn't open last week. Reduced inflammation. You can move and reach and bend and do stuff that you couldn't do last week. Increased stamina, energy and vitality, mental clarity. That's very significant for a lot of people. Restored muscle or skeletal conditions. They take more time and aren't immediately noticeable, but they happen. Improved sleep. If you're not sleeping, the rest of you isn't working properly. And sleep is a major issue. Improved skin appearance. That's just a lovely byproduct. So, and achieve an optimal state of health with complete physical, mental, and social well-being. The long-term results with X39, this is per case studies that appear on thisisit.info.com. This does not mean to say it will happen in every single unique individual, because we are all unique. In the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset, and if you understand anything about physiology, that is absolutely extraordinary. That has not been achieved anywhere else in terms of medical science. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. And this is really significant because it doesn't only pertain to your skin and your hair and your nails. It also pertains to your heart and your lungs and your kidneys and your blood vessels and your joints and your gut. Everything has collagen in it. Collagen is what's holding us together, essentially. And suddenly, after 3 months, we start to manufacture our own. And that's far more bioavailable and far more useful to your body than anything you could take in the form of supplementation. And it really doesn't matter how good it is or how well researched it is. Your own collagen cannot be bettered by anything that you would ingest. Within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. So David Schmidt says this is not anti-aging, it is age reversing. So 39 is technology, not medicine. And if we look at this, this is also a result of technology. We can now take photographs of the inside of somebody's head. So if you look at that topographical map, look at the red and the orange, which is all inflammation in the brain on the left-hand side. That's on no X39. Inflammation in her brain and lack of coherence, and she was a 77-year-old woman. They put X39 on the back of her neck. In 3 weeks' time, no more red, no more orange. Improved inflammation, improved brain coherence. And then you see in session 3, 6 weeks on X39, there's a complete turnaround. It's a very different looking brain, and it's cumulative. I think that's also the important thing to see from this picture, is that the longer you wear it, the better it gets in terms of whatever it's dealing with. These are other inflammation pictures as per case studies, befores and afters. So obviously you can see from the colors. And wherever you see those kind of things, you must understand that there is a pain component. So the people to whom this is happening feel different after their inflammation has been reduced. And this is just, your body is unique and your hair may not grow back, but mine did. Okay. So some people, they even get black hair, and I'm desperately hoping that I don't get black hair. My computer's telling me that my battery's flat, and I'm not sure why.
No,
So,
it was mine.
was it yours?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, and these are just some sports people that have used patches. So some really well-known names. Okay, and when we had the Olympics, we were all watching to see who was wearing patches, by the way. Okay, how to wear X39. You wear your patch for 12 hours on and 12 hours off to repair and rejuvenate. The reason for this is that this is a body response to a signal. And any signal can become muted if you over-signal something. So it's called attenuation. And that's why it's necessary to have the break in between patches rather than wear them constantly. Then you throw the patch away, or you give it to your husband or your dog or your cat or your neighbor or whomever, because there's still some activity left in them, but they are not as effective or as available as a brand new patch would be. Then you put a new patch on and you repeat. Consistency is key, guys. It really is key. If you're going to do it, do it. You can wear more than one at a time. So you saw that we have a whole lot of patches, but there's no value to adding 2 X39 patches because you only get about a 20% benefit from that, and that's not financially sensible. And then to drink plenty of water and take electricity. This is essentially, take electrolytes. This is essentially electricity. So in order for the message to be conducted through your system, cell to cell, system to system, you need to be well hydrated, and you need to have the potassium and the magnesium and the calcium. And so electrolytes just once a day. Some people use Celtic salt. Okay, people use all sorts of things. I tend to use electrolytes because then I know what I'm getting and it's not a random thing for me. So the 90-day protocol. David Schmidt advises that to use patches for a minimum of 90 days for optimal results. Our bodies are not all built the same way. And as I've said before, everybody is unique, and how soon or how long it takes somebody's body to respond is going to be an individual thing related to how much there is to repair and the environment that the patches are working in. So we've already discussed water and electrolytes, and they are the biggest reason for slow progress. This is at info.com, is where you can find everything that you need to find on patches. And from that website, you can take as much as you need. There are fantastic videos with substantial people, and they're worth watching and listening to, because some of us are auditory learners and don't want to read. The patents are there, the trials are there, everything is there. You don't need to know all that, but it is all there. X39, so sophisticated, yet simple to explain. Testimonies of X39 are life-changing and emotional. And the best thing about X39 is that it absolutely works. So if it's not working as fast or as quickly as you would like, understand that it is something is going on inside that you may not be able to see or may not be able to measure or may not even be aware of. But there is a healing process taking place. Okay.
Thank you very much. It's been awesome, Alex, as always. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to quickly tell you the news that I've got. And then I'm going to ask us to, I think, Jasmeen, if you will just maybe nominate the people that you know you wanted to share their testimonies. And then, Corin, I'm going to give you like 10 seconds just to quickly end off your talk that we so rudely interrupted. I just want to say a lot of you may know that I've got a mom that's got Alzheimer's and she's 86, so she's been not very responsive, and we've been patching her for about 7 or 8 months, and I haven't seen her for 3 months. And when I got there last night, I was just totally blown away by what I've been seeing. I cannot believe what I'm seeing with my mom. We've been seeing an increase in her awareness and her reacting to us. But what I saw yesterday was just, it blew me away. I don't know how to say it, but it feels like she's back to where she was about 3 years ago. And I'm the results have been coming, but what I've seen now from 3 months ago is just, it's mind-blowing. So I just want to share that quickly and give it over to Corin. Thanks, Krish. Give it over to Corin just to finish off your story quickly, and then please, we unfortunately won't have 5 minutes for everybody, but just give us the real important parts, all the people who's going to share, and can't wait to hear your stories. Thanks, Corin, you as well, please.
Okay, I'll be quick. So what I saw within this 3 weeks, going my 4th week, I went for op. They cut me here in front of my ear. It was numbness, and it's gone. I've got my feeling is back. It was 2021. So that is good for me. I've got a floater in my left eye. That floater is gone. I didn't realize it when I heard someone else is saying that. And when I look properly, there's no floater. And I've got a keloid on my body. I tried everything, nothing works, and now it's getting softer, getting smaller, starts going away. Yeah, so that's in short. And my energy is back. I'm feeling fresh, brain fog, sleeping well, all of that. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Okay, Jasmeen, who would you like to nominate to tell us their story first?
I think that I can't really see because of my phone. I'm not on the, but I know my brand partners are here, so this is a joint thing. So I know that Jayashri, Rashida, Renuka, Fatima, they're all here. So if the brand partners are here, they just need to put up their hand and start speaking. So I think we'll start with Jayashri.
Awesome.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Sorry, my
Yes.
speaker's not, I'm not doing a video, but I will
Yes.
the next time. So mine has been, and I've been introduced to X39 via Jasmine. So I was involved in a horrific car crash in 2023, and I've had major reconstructive spine surgery. So my spine was completely crushed. I've got lots of metal in my body. And due to the accident, there was a grocery list of injuries. And so last year in August, out of desperation and excruciating pain, I remember when Jasmine introduced me to X39. I had started using it last year, August. It did not help initially. It was months later when I realized that it did help with the pain, because levels of pain was excruciating. And currently, it's almost alleviated the pain. So I used X39 and Aeon, both consistently, month after month, even when there was no results. And gradually I started to see results. And currently I do have Aeon. I'm out of X39. I'm in need of that, and I will get that again soon. But it has made a huge difference in my healing and recovery.
Jasmeen, please share with him what your neurosurgeon said when he asked you about what you are using for pain.
Yeah, they were absolutely, they couldn't fathom how I weaned myself off all of the medication. And if you know, spinal injuries and nerve injuries, the meds are schedule 5, 6, and 7, upwards kind of thing. And I weaned myself off all of the medication, and the neurosurgeon could not believe that I was not taking anything, because he on my last visit he said, "So what are you taking for pain?" And I said, "I'm patching." And his eyes kind of rolled, and he said, "What do you mean?" What about the meds? Because I said, "You don't have to prescribe this again. I'm not taking the meds." And that was due to patching, because eventually I didn't need to be on the dosages and the meds that were literally making me feel like a zombie.
Fantastic. So guys, if you want to hear more, Jasmeen's got an amazing testimony. I've got it on a video, so you can just ask Jasmeen and she will give it to you, or ask me. Thank you so much, Jasmeen, and we are rejoicing with you for the absolute turnaround in your life. I know the more background,
you,
and it's just absolutely fantastic. We're so grateful. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Who would be the next person unmuting and telling us more about their story? You can just unmute. Rashida?
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here this morning. So I heard of the X39 and life patches generally from Jasmeen, so thank you for the introduction there. I started, I think it was mid towards end of August. I'm already on the X39 for over 4 months. And in the first 2 weeks or so, backstory is that I've had joint pains for over 20 years. So 2 weeks into patching, I found a tremendous change in that before I couldn't crouch to the floor and get up again without support of a nearby chair or the floor, whatever the case might be. And one day, and I was just like kind of bending to get some spice, I sat down and got up without any pain. So that was wonderful. And what I also found is increased energy just generally, and my sleep quality is far better. So yeah, that's my story. And thanks for my guests also for joining today. Thank you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, I'm going to give a moment for one more person to share because our time is running out. Anyone? Even if it's just somebody of Jasmeen, anybody who wants to share? Okay, so I'm going to continue with the rest of the presentation, and we'll stop the recording after that, and then we can just share openly, no problem with the time then. All right. Let's just get back to where we were. Awesome. Right. You came here on an invitation, and we all have different reasons for being here. So I want to ask you today, why are you here, and what is most important for you in your life? What are the goals or dreams that you have for you and your family? Maybe it's some time more, you need more time, more freedom to make better choices for yourself, better security. Maybe you want to travel the world. I think we all want better health and less debt. Let's see how Lifewave can help you with this. So as Alex was saying, she was researching the whole company, but this company is already more than 20 years old. You can see it went from a 20 million company that went on $20 million for many, many years. But then when X39 was introduced, everything just boomed, and you can see 320 million in 22 and moved up. And by the end of 2024, we will just get the final figures, but they were expecting more than 600 million. So it's crazy, and it's because it actually works. So we are open in more than 75, I think it's 80 countries now. And what sets us apart is that it's not a Me Too product. You know, there are many products out there that's excellent, fantastic products, but there is always competition. So what happens is you could have a fantastic product, but when the economy starts hurting people, they will go to the cheaper product. It might be a much worse product, but it's cheaper. In our case, we don't have any competition. We are the only people who can help people by changing their health, changing their finance, and we are the only ones. And as Alex was saying, the patent is still 15 years running before anybody can do anything else like that. So this is just quickly to say that we've been ranked as the #1 momentum company in 2023 and 2024. We have had a 3,000% growth since 2018, from 2018 to 2024. Now, if you know business, this is unheard of, and we are in the position where we are involved with that now. So that is really awesome. So you heard a lot of stories here, and you're interested what happens now. So you've got 3 different buying options where you can get these products. The first one is as a customer, buying at full retail, going back to the person who invited you, and they will help you. You can buy at full retail price. But for me, there are better choices. First one is the preferred customer option, where you can get the wholesale price. You will then click a button where you will commit to monthly orders. And as long as you have your monthly order running, you will buy the products at wholesale. Then there's the brand partner option, where you can register to always get your products at wholesale. You get discount, you get special offers as a brand partner, but you also get the opportunity, if this is what you want to do, to make use of the business opportunity. But if you don't want to, you can stay a brand partner and always buy at wholesale. There is no monthly requirements. There's no requirements to join other people in the team. For me, I think that's an absolutely fantastic opportunity to always get your products at wholesale. You get your own website. You buy when you want to, how you want to. You don't have to ask anybody else, and it gets delivered to your house directly, or your workplace, wherever you decide. So there are different enrollment packages, and the value of this is when you buy in bulk, like anywhere else, you'll always get it cheaper. So the one that we always suggest to start with is the core option, because David Schmidt, and we know, he suggests at least starting, giving the products 3 months to start working properly, even though we know that it starts easy, much quicker. But you can see the core option is where you would get at least 3 sleeves. You get 3 sleeves of X39 for $2.95. The advanced option, it becomes even cheaper, because for 6 sleeves of X39, so it's for 6 months, it's only $5.35. And then the premium option, which is for large families and the serious entrepreneur, $1,750 for 20 sleeves. But what is great is that you can also mix and match. So you can always exchange 1 sleeve of X39 for any 2 of the other sleeves that you saw there, the Silent Nights, where helps you to sleep, or the Icewave that helps you with pain, or the Eon with inflammation. But the person who invited you will help you to put together a package that will be perfect for you. From the business opportunity, we earn in dollars. If this is something that you want to look into, I'm just going to go very quickly. How you earn with Lifewave is through retail. You will immediately get your own online shop. Everything's been set up. You don't have to carry any product. If you introduce people to help them to get the products at wholesale price or the business opportunity, you will be paid an introduction bonus. Then you get cycle bonuses, where you earn from everybody in the team. Matching cycle bonuses, that's when you help other people in your team to also earn an income. You will be rewarded for that. And then there's always the member incentives, where you will get holidays and more discounts. There's a lot of things like that as well. So it's very easy how the compensation plan works. It's a binary system, which means that I don't know what's happening today. Binary system where you only have 2 legs, left leg and right leg, and you add people on your left, on your right, and as they order, more points build up in your team, and you get compensated for that. I'm not going to go into that. Just know that the person who invited you will explain that to you. But that is just amazing how this company works. It's changed my life completely. I'm very, very grateful for how easy this is, and how many lives you can change by getting involved in this way. So this is the matching cycle bonuses. Not going to go into that. Just means that the more people you help to become successful, you will be rewarded for that. So Alex spoke about the This Is It info.com website. and that is where you get lots of information about the clinical trials, the products, how it works, why it works. There's videos. Specifically look at the first 4 videos. That will give you a very good overview of how X39 works. There's videos also for doctors, for the medical personnel. But then once you join as a brand partner, you get access to this is a team website, and there it will help you to really know how to talk to people, how to share this opportunity with others and change more lives. This is just a quick slide to show you our team, which is called the This Is It team, is the top team in the world, and you can see the growth there of our team. But this is just to tell you that you are in good hands. The person who invited you will help you. The sidelines, the uplines, we all help each other. Even if we're not in the same team, there will always be somebody to take you by the hand, help you. And these Zoom calls are just awesome, because this is where you don't have to know anything. Just invite the people to the Zoom call and they will learn how to use their products, how to run a business, how to get the best discount, and there will always be somebody to help you. So David Schmidt says, you have an incredible opportunity before you today, and this is now, you have the opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everyone around you, your family, your friends, your loved ones. You have an incredible opportunity to change lives today. And now's your time to move. So I want to ask you, are you serious about the dream, the reason why you are here? There's hope for your future. You start with X39. It's as simple as that. And there will be somebody to take you by the hand and take you on a journey that's amazing. So get back to the person who shared this opportunity with you, and they will help you to start where you fit in and be ready to change your life. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to say thank you to everybody that was here today, everybody that shared, everybody that listened. You are now going to go out and tell more people, because you know now. And I want to say thank you to Alex, to Jasmeen, and everybody here. I'm going to stop the sharing, and then we will have a moment or two there where we can ask questions and just share amongst each other.